In today's episode, we have a trip to the beach. We go down a Bronze Age copper mine and we end up in jail. But first, St Marcella, so it's medieval. So what dates? Do we know what dates? But I think we've got we've got things to look at inside this, I think. We've got the cross here. What's this say? What does this say, Sandy? Oh, it's a Great War one, yeah.
To the glory of God and in honoured memory of the officers and men from this parish.
Oh, these are fabulous. Who's the tombs we these from? Sir John Salisbury. So recruitment. I'll have to read that more when I got my glasses with me because obviously I can't see it at the moment.
There for some reason.
Just look at these. They're wonderful. And the decoration on this tomb is amazing. So is this, does that say 1578? Or, does that, Andy? Does that say 1578?
Yeah. 1578.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one I. It's pulling on me.
I mean, the detail. There's resting on a lion there, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of the line's got a gauntlet there.
I like how her feet sort of, it's just like it.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It is an amazing
Look at that chest. Look at that chest here.
On this old trunk in the church, it's got, at first sight you just think it's just defaced. But you look at the marks now and thinking, what are they? Are they witch marks? Are they something else? Those that have, is it ancient graffiti? It's obviously not modern graffiti. Some you can't see because they're quite ingrained in there. But again, we've got lots of this symbol. And when you think this trunk dates to 1676, it's got a lot of history to it. But look at the detail of the woodwork as well, it's just amazing.
The roof, though, see the roof?
Oh yes, the roof. I'm not so sure how old those pieces are, they don't look to be that old,
do they? Because they'll be the general. They'll be to the ceiling. They're genuine pieces. They
really?
Are.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know about the painting though, do you think?
I'm not sure.
I mean, it's a beautiful spot here. Very peaceful. A lot of older graves. Not as old as I would have thought, but I think the oldest ones are inside the church on the floor, the slabs of the bodies of which I'm hoping have been removed. But it is a lovely spot. I mean, you've got fantastic views of the hills over there, all the mountains, and the sun's coming out now, so it just looks really pretty. Hi guys, today we're at the
Great Orme copper mines.
That's right. Yes, in Llandudno. So we'll take you around and show you what they've got. No, Rosie. No, Rosie. You came down a mine. Hey, honey. We're going in the mines now. They're still excavating the site, it's huge. It's very tight around here. See it.
Look, you can see the remnants of malachite.
Alright.
You see all the cracks.
Oh, pretty amazing, aren't they? They are, aren't they?
Nothing now.
You alright there, Rosie? Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's alright. She's got the easy trap. After all, she's got nothing
Let's
back
see.
to move. Now halfway around the visitor route and 18 metres below the surface.
Wow.
The deepest Bronze Age tunnels are now 46 metres below.
Oh, great. This is really narrow.
Watch your step, Mum.
Oh gosh, I've got to squeeze past here. Bend down as well.
It's green on the wall there.
Yeah. And up here.
Yeah.
You can see it all in the malachite, can't you? Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh wow.
That chamber is
This
amazing.
is the chamber they were on about.
This is the chamber. Let's have a look at this chamber.
Wide angle.
Oh, wow. That's an amazing chamber. I don't know whether you'll see much on film. But it's amazing.
You can up the contrast and everything. You can look.
Even then, look at this chamber. I mean, when you think that this was like 2,000 years ago, that this was all
Oh wow.
all carved out. Well, where are we? Guys, what did you think of that?
Exhausting. Especially the dog.
Yeah, and narrow. It was narrow, wasn't it, as well?
Yes. Yeah, incredibly narrow.
Yeah, it was narrow. It was, if you're claustrophobic, there's no way you'll do it in a million years. But it was interesting. The open cavern bit was fantastic, wasn't it, where it was?
Oh, just and not to mention all the gratings on the floor because there's massive drops.
Yeah. It was fascinating to go and see. I'd certainly recommend you going in if you're not claustrophobic. So this is the open cast bit, as we can see, and this is the smelting side, where they would have been smelting.
And this is more entrances here.
Well, it makes you wonder what else there is to find here, because they haven't excavated it all, have they, for yet?
Tons. Can't go any further, so.
This is as far as it gets. We could have a seat here, darling. That is a great view of the open cast mines. Look at that.
That's what they dug out.
Yeah, so they dug all this out.
Ruthin Gaol may have appeared 4,000 years ago, it says.
4,000 years ago, open cast would have appeared. Wow. There's still loads to be discovered yet.
It was in 1987. This whole area was then covered in thousands of tons of waste rock from the 18th and 19th century mining activity. No entrances into the mine were visible at that time. Back in 1987, the mines were uncovered during a scheme to landscape the area. Vivian Shaft, which you can see if you look over the side of the bridge, gave the first access into the mine. Vivian Shaft is 470 feet or 150 metres deep, descending all the way down to sea level. Mining engineers and cavers abseiled down the shaft on ropes and 40 feet down found mine workings that date back over 3,500 years. Over the last 15 years we have surveyed over 4 miles of prehistoric tunnels and uncovered many more entrances into the vast underground complex.
So this is the remains of where they did fire setting. The Bronze Age miners lit fires to weaken it. The fire causes the rock to crack and break apart, making it easier to mine with stone, bone and bronze tools. Wow, this is the archaeologist stall and it's full of hammer stones.
Yeah. These are all what they used to crush the, that's got green malachite on it.
Down there, yeah. So they use these to crush the
ore, yeah.
The ore.
You crush it down into a black powder almost, and then that's before you smelt it. Melt it down in a crucible into the metal.
Wow.
Amazing. These are
Very huge, aren't they?
These are grindstones.
Oh yeah,
So
so you
where
see the holes in the middle of
the
them.
ore.
Yes.
And that's where they ground it to a powder. They pulverise it with the big rocks and grind it down on these stones.
Wow. So there's your malachite that the copper is made from.
Yeah, that's the ore.
The ore, yeah, that they.
That's what they were mining here for.
Yeah, so they mine for that.
Yeah.
Miles and miles for that.
There's thousands of tunnels under here.
Yeah. Wow. Just a heads up guys, we bought a geode from here too, and if you watch to the end of the video you'll see us crack it open. Well, we're on Llandudno Beach and as you can see the sun came out and so did the mist. The mist rolling in from the sea goes straight into inland. So I should imagine this will clear later because it is a lovely day, but it's difficult to tell with all the mist. Hey, decent. What's that then, honey?
Feet are getting wet here.
For those, I suppose. No, there's a wave coming after you. Is there? My favourite thing when coming to the coast, besides the sea, is looking at lots of pebbles. And this is a beach full of pebbles. It's just nice to see some pretty pebbles. Or see if the sea brings up anything else. have a look to see if we can find anything pretty or interesting. Hello, darling. It is, it's all got quartz in it, hasn't it?
Quartz, isn't it?
Yeah. We're just searching now the beach for bits and bobs. Don't think we'll find a great deal, but but it's fun to have a look, especially on such a lovely day. How pretty is algae?
What?
It just looks really pretty, the algae on there. It's so green. This is the tides going out. Well, we're on the pier at Llandudno now, sorry, Llandudno, and we're going to be heading back shortly to the cottage. We couldn't have asked for better weather, to be honest. This is Ruthin in the morning, the high street. What I love about this is all the individual little shops here. They're fantastic. It's like what it used to be years ago. When we were, growing up, we used to have little villages and towns, and they used to have individual shops that were just little sole traders doing their thing, and that's what you've got here, and it's just lovely to see. You've got toy shops, you've got bakeries, you've got butchers, you've got everything, which is all independently owned, which is just a rarity nowadays. We are now entering jail. We're going to Ruthin Gaol. Now this place reportedly is haunted. It's built on the site of a correction facility of 1600s, and the main buildings on here were put up in the 1800s. But we're going to see if we can see any ghosties. So, diet here. So you've got breakfast, a pint of oatmeal gruel for males and females, a pound of bread. So obviously it was males and females here then. So it wasn't a segregated prison.
It says that it opened in 1645 and that all the staff and prisoners got transferred in 1916 to Shrewsbury.
And the dinner, 1.5 pounds of bread, a pound of potatoes. And supper was the same as breakfast, which was gruel. So not exactly a healthy diet. So it's supposed to be a bit like a Pentonville prison, haven't it?
Yeah, pretty imposing, isn't
It is now. I mean, when you think it started off with just about 3 cells.
I know.
It's pretty amazing. The large stone lintel above you shows a closed off doorway, the place where William Hughes' life ended. Where's this? Large stone lintel above you. Look at that one. So that's where he was executed. female cell. Jane Roberts, what did she do? Convicted of 30 sessions of stealing a petticoat. Sentenced to 2 months imprisonment. I mean, they were harsh times, weren't they? Punishment, prisoners were made to turn the handle of the hand crank, a total repetitive and meaningless exercise. So it wasn't even for any purpose. Christmas clothes. Oh, because this was used as a munitions factory cell during, was it during the war then?
During the Second World War.
During the Second World War. This is very dark in here. What's this one? This is a very dark one.
Convict ship.
Convict ship Neptune.
Part of the East India Company.
Ah, became a transportation ship taking convicts from Britain to Australia. That's how we go.
There's a timeline behind you. Timeline for
Right, so we have the convicts regularly sent to America. Captain Cook landed in Botany Bay, reported back that it was a good place for the penal colony. American War of Independence, transportation from Britain stopped and new destinations needed. So the first fleet sailed from Portsmouth to New South Wales, Australia. No convicts from Ruthin Gaol. First prisoners transported from Ruthin to Australia on the second fleet, 2 women and 4 men. And then we got transportation to Western Australia began, men only. Last women's ship of transportees to Australia as Tasmania, 1 woman from Ruthin on board. And the Penal Servitude Act, transportation theoretically abolished, substituted by penal servitude. And last 2 men from Ruthin Gaol transported on the, was it Huguenot? The last Huguenot, sorry, without my glasses. The last transportation ship. So that timeline goes from 1614 all the way to 1867.
And then just below here we've got a factual example of a letter written by a real prisoner at Ruthin Gaol who was transported to Australia. Children as young as 9 years old were sentenced and transported.
That's a terrible time when you think about it, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Obviously got keys, chains.
Communion plate, typical handcuff. That is the original keys, those are.
Yeah, the original keys.
And remains of a metal plate from cell signalling system.
And what's this? A Scotch cap. Leather hood worn by prisoners as they exercised or left their cells, for example, to go to chapel or the infirmary. You've got a prison truncheon in there. Early Victorian leather restraints. which are over there, and Skull's Bridle, an iron muzzle or cage for the head designed to physically prevent talking by placing the bridle bit in the mouth. Lovely. Not really. Oh, we've got the condemned men's cell. This is the condemned cell. So this is William Hughes' cell, the only person who was executed. Really eerie in here at night, I would think. What have we got in here then? We've got a sewing machine. And what's this? Money for old rope. What's this? A typical, what was it? Oaken picking bench, designed to help with the tedious task of picking oaken ropes. It was part of the hard labour for the prisoners here. Crime detection. So that was your old camera. Well guys, that's the end of our trip here to Ruthin Gaol. It really had a feeling of
weird atmosphere,
and yes, I can imagine that some people will have probably seen some things here. It has quite an oppressive sort of feel.
Coldness in there.
Cold and oppressive. Yeah, so you can imagine there's something there. This is the end now of our trips. We've been everywhere that we can do in Denbighshire and around it, and we're going to go home now, and hopefully you will come and visit these places. We'll do a quick roundup if that's possible when we get home, and sort of point out anything that I've forgotten to put on the videos, but hopefully you'll enjoy the videos. There will be obviously more than one because we've been to quite a few places.
Yeah.
But, you know, to bring your families here. And what I have found that I think is really good is how you can bring your dogs everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, if you're dog people like we are, then it's really good to be able to go somewhere where you can actually take your dogs wherever you go, which has been really a good thing. And,
quite useful, really.
Yeah, and in quite a lot of the local shops you can take your dogs in and things. It's quite refreshing to do that. So yeah, if you're a dog person and you want a holiday, then come here. I'll speak to you back at home.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Hi and welcome back to my little studio here. Well, we've just come back from our holidays. It was only a 4-day break which we took you on, which I hope you enjoy. We've seen a waterfall, 2 castles, beautiful gardens, what else, a 50s museum, a jail and the beach. So we've done a hell of a lot in 4 days, and what I've loved about all this is the fact it's been really dog friendly. So any of you out there who've got dogs who've you know, struggled to take them anywhere, the cottage we stayed in was beautiful and that was very dog friendly. All the places we went to visit welcomed dogs. Even some of the shops that we went in to get bits of food, you know, welcome dogs. On the last day when we were coming home and we stopped off at Ruthin, what a lovely little town that is. It's really nice. I like the fact that it's got all these lovely little shops that we used to see many years ago on virtually in every village and town. There were little independent shops that sold a range of things, even toy shops, little food shops, whatever, all independent. It's how it used to be when I was growing up, and that's what I really loved about it, really. So yeah, these places are really nice to go and see, and we didn't do it as a beach holiday. We did it for an inland holiday so we could see what there was around, and we sort of covered quite a bit in Denbighshire and places around there, and everywhere we went had something special about it and something different about it. So hopefully you will see, you know, the specialness of each place and perhaps go and visit. I mean, some of these places could do with, you know, some more visitors to keep them going, especially places like the 50s Museum, which really could do, because it works as a charity. So anything that people go along there, it helps with the charity. So, you know, do consider going to these places. A little bit off the beaten track, some of these, but just do it. You take your dogs along. The dogs can go in the museum too. And, you know, you can just take them places. Even the jail we went to at the end, you could take the dogs in. So, you know, that's what I found about this place. We ate out a couple of times. Okay, it wasn't cheap where we ate, but you could do much cheaper. And we did have a barbecue at the place as well when it, you know, the weather was really nice that evening. So you can do it much cheaper than that. So we didn't spend a great deal of money, and it was 4 days that it was totally shattering because we did such a lot, but it was really fun to do. The dogs, yeah, I don't know if you can hear Rosie's barking her head off in the background as we're doing this. I mean, she did better than I thought because she can't really walk very far normally, but she actually walked a long way then, and she settled in quite well. Honey, she didn't settle so well. She missed home. She missed sniffing in her usual haunts and sitting outside, which we couldn't do there because we got sheep right next door to us, so we couldn't really do that with her. But apart from that, it was great and well worth it. So thank you for watching. If you do watch, please think of subscribing to my channel, because we do try and visit lots of different places around the country to show you really a flavour of where you could go, what there is to do, and just our beautiful countryside all around the place, even if it's Wales, not necessarily England. I mean, who knows, Scotland perhaps next, later on, perhaps next year. So keep tabs on us and see where we go. It gives you an idea of where to visit yourself. It also shows you some of the beauty in the country instead of all this hate-filled stuff that we get all the time. And if you're not from this country, if you're, you know, in America or somewhere else, then thank you for watching anyway. And I hope you enjoy these little journeys, and if you can come over and visit them again, that would be fantastic. So that's all for now, and I will speak to you all later. Bye.
Is she? Oh, it's gone across.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
look at that.
Very nice, Geode.